So this is lewistownfirstfriday.com. It's an interactive web application by myself and a lot of collaborators from the community as well. Um, the project scope. Like I said, it's a web application. I hope it'll link the local community with businesses and their events for upcoming First Fridays of every month. Um, Utilize some of my more prominent skills, being WordPress, PHP, that I learned at South Hills, and helping the community simultaneously. I thought it was a good opportunity for that. So anyone can register on the site, with businesses having a higher level role than uh, your typical user. Businesses can add or edit, post, and update their events for that month. And I plan to add more privileges if the site is trafficked a lot and proves to be useful. So a lot of stuff can be upgraded or added to over time. I used WordPress and hosted it with Bluehost. In the very beginning, I was um, running it off of a Raspberry Pi from my home, and there's certain security risks involved with port forwarding and opening ports. We have a connection in our house to the Geisinger health system, so I figured it would be best to not try to do all that stuff for HIPAA violation reasons, things of that nature. So I opted to go with Bluehost when I purchased the domain. Some of the languages and resources I used were Elementor, which is a WordPress plugin. It's very awesome. A lot of cool features with that. PHP, of course, and then HTML and CSS. So on the left there, you see some of the very first pages from my PHP. These were on the original Raspberry Pi. So you have your database connection and then the business login page. As far as registering for the site, there's a business registration page and a regular registration page. You can get to either by the main menu, or there's a little notification on the regular registration page to have businesses register on a different form or page, because I already had that happen once since I sent this out. So yeah, registered users can comment on posts and access a suggestion box. The suggestion box is currently open to anyone. So if you visit the site, you can send me a suggestion or any business a suggestion without being a registered user. I plan on changing that in the future. I'll just letting some people play around with it. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and demo the site here. All right, so here is the home page, Lewistown First Friday. This is the header image that gave me so
I
much.
can't see your web. I can't see
You
your
can't,
browser.
it's not working. Okay, 1 second.
You just got to reshare your screen.
Yep. See it now?
Yeah,
I can see it.
Can see it now. We're going. Just reload it here. But yeah, so your homepage, this is the header image that I had issues with. The first parent theme I was trying to use that claimed to be completely responsive, and then this would not work. So I ended up changing themes very late in the project and had to change a lot of stuff, but I think that was for the better because it turned out a lot sleeker and prettier. But yeah, so on the homepage, you can scroll down and we have these little flip cards. First one is excitement awaits you. Come stroll the streets of historic Lewistown while indulging in our locally crafted treats and goods. And that can take you to the events page. Be a part of the action is a registration link. And then news and updates takes you to where businesses can update their events. And then I have a Facebook button for the original First Friday Facebook. and your about page. So along the course of doing this, very early in the project, I realized that my artwork was actually on display at East End for the first ever First Friday, which was pretty cool. I knew that at the time, but I didn't realize it till I was doing this that was. But you can read a little bit about First Friday and the history there. It's a short history. It started in 2017. And there's a little gallery here of different flyers and some pictures of artwork and things that have gone on. Then on your events page, it's very, there's not much on the events page for this month because there wasn't much to do. We did have a community art walk, which is still going on. That goes from June 5th to 14th, where different businesses are displaying local artwork in their business windows, and you can walk by and check all that stuff out. But that was the celebration for that. Then we have your participants page. There is a map on here. It's not quite interactive. You can click on it, of course, at zeroed in on Lewistown. I would like to add my API and add some pins in the future so you can pin different events and things of that nature. Then we just have your various businesses that have participated in the past and continue to participate, and some neat little animations. And then, of course, the links will take you to that page. We click on Lewistown Printworks. You can see their page, and they were doing a support small business with different T-shirts, which was pretty cool. I bought a couple, this being one of them. This is their Lewistown Printworks T-shirt, and all of the proceeds went to local businesses. And then at the very bottom, this link takes you to the suggestion box. It's just a suggestion to thank the businesses for doing all this on First Friday, because there's a lot to do. Then we have a gallery page, which is what it says it is, First Friday Gallery. Most of them are pictures of my daughter at this point, but you can enlarge them and scroll through. And then at the bottom here, you can submit your own photos. They go to the site admin, which is myself at this time, and I will approve them and add them to the gallery if they are appropriate. So then as far as registration, you have your normal registration that registers you as a subscriber, so you can just comment and access different little things. I hope to expand on that in the future, as I said, if the site gets more use. And then the business registration, I will go ahead and sample that for you. So if you're a business, you just come down here, enter your business name. We'll call it Taxis R Us. Username Alan, email, we'll go with and you're registered. Now I would have to, can you still see the screen there, or did it change?
I still see the web browser.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just have to switch over to the back end here and approve the user. There we are. Taxis R Us. And that user is approved. I think my username was Alan, password, very simple, pass. Right, and then when you log in, it takes you to the home page. You need to get Zoom out of the way here. And then we can just come here, typical WordPress backend. And this is where businesses can post. I still do have my Yoda, Hello Yoda plugin active on this page as well. And then add a new post. We'll just call it test present and something something. And we publish that post. Sure everyone's familiar with the back end of WordPress. Back to the site, then we'll check the news and updates page. And this is where you see all the posts. This is one I made just to welcome people to the post page. Here you can view an update, announcements, businesses. It was kind of short notice for businesses this month to do any of that stuff, but then you can see here's my test present something something post. You can upload a picture. This is the default, so every post can have a featured image. Then as far as the suggestion box goes, like I said, right now it's open to the public. And fairly simple, just enter a name, enter an email, just say my email for now. You have a suggestion. You can select any of these businesses that are pretty regular, active in First Friday, and then you give a suggestion. Submit that. That goes to the site admin, and then that person, it's me right now, like I said, but it can be forwarded then to any business, or if it's for the website, it will come to them, and then it takes you to this suggestion page or the landing page, and then your data center is the last real important page. So there's a bunch of information in here, some social media links for Lewistown First Friday, the community center, community garden, and a local group called Entrepreneurial Meetups, where local business starters meet up every month to talk about things they can do in the community and to enhance their businesses. And then some local links to the Lewistown Borough, Juniata River Valley Visitors Bureau, Mifflin County Chamber of Commerce, Mifflin County Library, and Lewistown Police Department. Then you can also share First Friday with your friends. And if you would like to know how the website works, you can download my user manual by clicking this button here. And that is just simply a PDF. But that's pretty much it for that, guys. Go back to this. So the lessons learned, I broke them down. I mean, I had a bunch of different things going on, but I found that to be assertive when you're dealing with third-party issues such as themes not being responsive or people not getting back to you. Same thing with reaching out to stakeholders and users frequently. Keep them in the loop. I think you get a lot more interaction and interest if you email everyone or just keep in touch on a weekly basis, and then always have a backup plan. So when the theme, when my parent theme thing went head over heels, I had been looking at one which I did end up using, so I did have a couple backups in place for that. And then thank you guys for listening to this. Does anyone have any urgent questions?
Yeah, I've got a question.
I don't know who said that.
Alan Van Aert, go ahead.
I liked your suggestions page, but I was wondering how you get your business added to the drop-down list.
You would have to contact me. I can add them if it changes. When First Friday starts kicking back up and people start doing more, I'll be able to edit those businesses and participants page and the events page based on what's going to be happening in the upcoming month. With the COVID thing going on, no one was really sure if we were even going to be doing anything for June. So I was kind of just playing in the past and making stuff up that could happen and using businesses that had participated prior to that. But yeah, it's pretty simple to add or subtract from the drop-down list.
Hey,
Anyone else?
Alan, this is Barb.
Hey, Barb.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Yourself?
Good. Great job. Love the
Thank you.
information. How many people were on your team for this in the community? Was each business represented, or did you just have a couple key people?
Pretty much like a couple key people were really involved. I did have contact with pretty much everyone that's included on this prototype, if you will. I guess it's live now, so it's not really a prototype. But yeah, I mean, I did have contact with everyone. I think Michelle Fetter from Lewistown Printworks, she was really involved. Lila and Ryan from East End, and Jenny Landis from the Visitors Bureau. They were pretty heavily involved,
Great.
and I was in contact with them pretty much every week, trying to get photos and different things to add.
Well, it is a great event, and they needed something like this to compile everything because there were different sources all over the place. So great job.
Yep, thank you.
I love it.
Any other questions?
Great job, Alan. This is Sue Vidmar.
Thank you.
Yeah, really nice website. We have actually a BAM grad that for real set up a website for the Lewistown area as far as what to do, things to do, and whatnot. Did you run into that? I can't remember the name of the website. Yeah, I need to dig that out for you, but yeah. So
yeah,
it was you know, she would have been an interesting person to talk to. She didn't know anything. She didn't know the IT side of it. I think she had a web person develop it for her with Ray Liddick's help to find somebody.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, because
yeah,
that's one thing in this area that's very limited, and I mean it goes up into the government. You visit like borough pages in Mifflin County. Like if you go to the data center on my site and visit the Mifflin County website, it's pretty janky for lack of better terms. But I mean, like I say, even government sites, the borough page, all that stuff is very 2012, I guess I would say. Anyone else have any questions, comments?
Great job, Alan. Thanks again. And
thank you.
That, well, we started talking at the beginning of this, if you're getting some buy-in from the community too, which is, and the other good thing is I think that will probably get more and more so as life loosens up a little bit up there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was one of my goals too. I mean, I could have done something a lot more technically involved, but I kind of split that with being in touch with the community. And when we did have South Hills Lewistown, I did a lot of things for the community. We had game nights at South Hills that IT Club hosted, and different events, and I was always at First Friday, and a big champion of First Friday, I